Agatha Christie, The ABC Murders.
Witam was wszystkich bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku naszej serii Zagrajmy w Agatha Christie The ABC Murders. Wiecie co? Jednak ten nasz główny bohater to jest Herkules, tak jak mówiłem. Właśnie to dobrze skojarzyłem fakty na pierwszym odcinku. Jest to właśnie Herkules. Będzie on badał właśnie sprawę tych morderstw. Zresztą jak macie w opisie, nie? Właśnie tajemniczego mordercy właśnie będziemy, więc no nie byłem do końca pewny, czy to jest właśnie Herkules, czy to jest jakiś inna postać, no ale tutaj właśnie on jest Herkulesem, czyli ten, który po prostu, o którym właściwie czytałem właśnie, jak mówiłem w pierwszym odcinku, ta sprawa tego właśnie Pekinczyka, on też to robił, tą fajną sprawę, nie? Dosyć ciekawą. No i cóż, moi drodzy, zapraszam do kolejnego odcinka, kolejna właśnie porcja pożywek dla szarych komórek. Naszych po prostu. Dużo myślenia właśnie w tej grze. Kto jest ten? No i fajnie dużo wniosków. Dobra, musimy tutaj Fransa obejrzeć. I go ogólnie przysłuchać. No, najpierw go obejrzyjmy. O, tutaj coś. On wywalił. Tu Herkule, a to powinno być Herkules, nie?
The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband. A box of new stockings.
A i właśnie ten, akurat ten morderca to zabija właśnie w porządku alfabetycznym, nie? Więc teraz też będzie ktoś na A, nie? Zginie.
Your fruit is rotten.
What? A foreigner dares to say that?
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1, I swear.
Enough lies!
It's not lies. But you're not quite as clever as what you think.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. Do you want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was always a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Dobra, porównajmy parę faktów. To jest też fajne, że my możemy sami te fakty połączyć, nie? Nie dają nam tego na tacy. To strasznie mi się podoba właśnie w tej grze. No właśnie, czyli... Dobra, pogadajmy z Asherem tym, nie? Tym fręzem, nie? Który tutaj wszedł. Właśnie jest tym gościem, który jest troszeczkę podpity. Dajmy mu tą buteleczkę.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbours, and...
No one seen anything? Or rather it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again. This man is in rather a bad state.
O, tutaj ma porwany. Tutaj krew jest. Oczy. I tutaj rękaw ma nadszarpane, czyż nie?
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
No dobra, pozostała nam jeszcze rozmowa z nim.
Care for a cigarette, monsieur?
What's that? Scented cigarettes? No thanks.
Bien. I was trying to be friendly, but you are quite right. Let us get down to business. You threatened to kill your wife, and now she is dead.
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
So, if things were going so well with your wife, why did you not live with her?
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
You can't have treated her very well for her to run away.
No, sir, no. I wouldn't say I'd ever laid a finger on her, but it was only normal. She was my wife.
Are you often involved in fights?
I don't know what you mean.
Hipokryta? No nieźle.
Asha, look me in the eye and tell me that you were in a fight.
I'm looking. No, I wasn't in a fight.
You are right. Looking at the state of you, you did not defend yourself. So someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him.
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
O, teraz aż 3 możemy tropy powiązać ze sobą. Dobra. To już i niech będzie... Okej, niech będzie.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as he turned around to serve him. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Dobra, teraz powiążmy jeszcze raz sobie z tą tropy. Obserwacje nasze weźmy. Dywagacje, no nie wiem, no. Materiał dowodowy. Niech będzie.
The murderer deliberately left behind this A.B.C. as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Asher's alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You can never trust this sort of chap.
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he is not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's resume, Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events. The killer enters the shop. Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her. He then places the ABC upside down before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Właśnie, dobra rekonstrukcja, dobra tutaj. Hipoteza tego wszystkiego.
Asher has
Dedukcja.
a strong alibi and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover police.
See you soon, then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home. There's nothing for us here.
Well, do you have any idea about the killer's identity?
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes. He has a slight limp on the right foot and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like, nor where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do, then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
I thought I heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
I will go and see. Daily Flicker, June the 22nd, 1935. Battle over control of bank system. What will the government do for money? Andover, murder of a tobacconist. Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The end of our affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? But the fun has only just started. I would like to draw your attention to Bexhill-on-Sea on the 25th of this month. We're having a crazy time. Best wishes, A.B.C. The next crime will be in Bexhill. We must warn Jap to Scotland Yard.
Did the letter indicate anything that might help the police?
To be honest, I think we can already guess something about the next victim, but I need to think about it a little more. Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects.
Mamy to porównać ze sobą, rozumiem.
This eye is weird.
Ty już zaczął i...
This eye is weird. Let us examine the characters in this word.
Zaczął siebie takim podwójnym pismem, że ja...
Let us examine
Podwójnie.
the characters in this word. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
Tak, krzywe literki chyba się śpieszą.
Let us examine the characters in this word. Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this. We're having a crazy time. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, this I is weird. However, the characters in the two words do not match. Let us examine the characters in this word. Let us examine the characters in this word. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Let us examine the characters in this word. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Nothing to report for these characters. Let us examine another word. The W is not printed properly.
Kurde.
Let us examine the characters in this word. Right, let us compare the... The W is not printed properly.
Ty już...
The characters in the two words do not match. Let us examine the characters in this word. Let us examine the characters in this word. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. I don't see anything in particular. Let us look at another word. Let us examine the characters in this word. Let us examine the characters in this word. Let us examine the characters in this word. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, this I is weird. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
No, o, jest takie bardziej krzywe.
Let us compare this with the...
Dobra, już zaczynam wiedzieć o co tutaj chodzi.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. The W is not printed properly. Right. Let us Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Both letters were written on the same typewriter and show the same characteristics.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Połączyć fakty znowu. To i to. Może nie. To się nie klei. To się nie dodaje. To też się nie dodaje. O, jest. Tak, następna ofiara będzie na literę B.
Poirot, have you found something?
Oui, I believe so. But I am afraid it is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Chap. I will explain there.
It's all silent for the night. Cows turn